What's going on, guys? Hey, it's Anthony with the Wrenched Out Garage. Thanks for tuning in, and it's another garage talk. If you guys are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Today we're going to talk. I just got back from a work trip I had to do, and I got a little box. Just open it up. Let me show you what is inside of this guy. So this, let me flip the camera around. So a couple of things I did get for the Silverado is I do got some plugs. So these are, I'm gonna just throw them in there because I know it's overexposed, super overexposed, but essentially when I drilled these out, they have the holes below. So I cleaned them up, and then these should, let me show you these real quick. So if you ever do this to any bars at all, or really anything, you can get these in any size. These are 3/4 inch. That's what I did. I'll put a link to these below if you guys are interested. But in theory, let's hope that this works. Shove that bad boy. You might have to pinch it a little. Oh yeah. So there it is in its glory. I'm gonna have to kind of work it a little bit to make sure it's snug all in there, but yep, nice. So now, instead of having this huge hole, I have this nice plug. Hopefully it'll keep dirt, debris, water, any of that stuff obviously out of it. So I'll actually throw the rest of those in later. Anyways, so Silverado is coming along nicely. As you can see, we have the nudge bar. I've got the lights installed. Talking about the lights, I did get my replacement switch, so I'm gonna swap those out so this will work. This is actually what it comes in. I'll put a link to this below too if you're interested. Again, let me make sure my truck's unlocked. So what had happened is I've had these switches for quite a while. I don't know if that was like the original switch or a new switch, but for those lights on the front bull bar, the sports bar obviously is up here, but for the bull bar, my outside lights ring doesn't light up. My inside lights, obviously they light up. So that one I just got is going to replace this guy. The switch itself works fine, but obviously I want it to illuminate, and I don't know what happened. I might have been too rough on the switch or something, I don't know. But they're fairly inexpensive. I like them because they're kind of discreet. They're black. And here, let me put the camera down and I'll show you a little bit more on that, and then I'll talk about this pile of parts I've got sitting here. So this is it right here. And again, if you're looking for switches, this is one I prefer. I've had and done a lot of different switches, but again, this is my preferred. So the back, they use the little micro pins. Actually comes with the bolt or the nut to screw it in. Has a little rubber, like a little rubber washer. And there it is. It's really small, nice, super simple to install. I did a video on that. But if you're interested in this, I'll throw that in there. But the big reason for today's video is obviously I wanted to make sure that everybody was aware that I am doing cleanup and finishing, in my opinion, finishing the job, which the bull bar needed to be finished with this. And then actually I'm gonna get, what I'll end up doing is get some touch-up paint in probably like a black and run it around it. As well. In fact, I might have some, and then I'll actually do a full install on these. These you can get again in different sizes, so if you do have holes or you need to make holes into a bull bar, a light bar, or anything, get some plugs, clean up your work. These are a few bucks. All right, now on to this. Let me move the camera just a little bit so you guys can kind of see. So this is something that's coming soon. I'm still up in the air, and I'll talk about that in its own video, but I just wanted to talk real quickly about what's right here. So I'm going to be lifting the Silverado. I've done this before. In fact, I lifted my 2014 Silverado. Similar to this is something I pieced together. I will put all these pieces down below. They're available, almost all of them are available on Amazon. I'll also put the links for the items that are not. And I'll go over it real quick, and then in a future video, when I'm prepared to install this, I'll go into more detail. So what I have here in this, there we go, in this box, or this envelope, these are 1/2 inch risers that are gonna go above my shock. So those are only 1/2 inch, look like that, above the shock. And these are, all of these parts are Moto Fab. I decided to go with them after doing extensive research and then being able to piece this together the way I wanted it. So 1/2 inch on top. This is the 2 inch lower. So I'm going 2.5 inches in the front. And so these are 2 inch lower shock mounts. So it raises the shock up on the bottom, and this will push the truck up on the top. So that's what's in here. This little guy right here goes with this box. And again, I'll go into more details and show you guys exactly. I didn't open this yet. This box is Moto Fab's rear lift kit, going 2 inches in the rear. And when I go 2 inches in the rear, it's obviously going to extend that rear shock. The front's getting extended also, but I did this similar kit to this years ago and it worked out fine. So 2 inches in the rear, new U-bolts, new blocks, that's what's in there. This little bag with these bolts in it are for these guys right here, which are going to be, and are, these very nicely done and welded shock extenders. So ultimately, I'm going to bolt these into the current shock mounts and then rotate my shock a little bit, and then these will give me the 2 inches back for my shock. So obviously, I shouldn't lose much, if at all, performance. Now, where I am hung up a little bit at the moment is whether or not I want to change the shocks, because the Rancho shocks are okay, to be honest. Obviously, I've been looking around, so I looked at Bill Stein 5100 series, which is a big and popular item for the Silverado and for lifting your vehicle, also for the Ford F-150. I also looked at the iBox Sport Truck shocks, which I'm kind of impressed with at this time, so I may go that route, it depends. And Fox Racing's, I love the Fox Racing setup, but it is expensive. So at this moment, I'm almost on the fence on just installing this stuff as it is, running some life through it, beat up my Ranchos because I have the shocks already on the truck, save the money because there's some other suspension upgrades that I am looking at doing with the truck, such as the Hellwig rear sway bar, the Hellwig front sway bar, and a lot of other items like that. So I'm kind of on the fence on, do I get the shocks now or do I get the shocks later? I guess tough point for this is if I don't get the shocks before I install this kit, then I'm gonna have to realign the truck and have to go pay whatever it is, 150 bucks to get the truck realigned just to install shocks. Or do I do this kit, get the shocks, and then switch the shocks out all in one? That way it's only one alignment. I save myself 150 bucks. So I'm kind of on the fence because obviously if I do without the shocks, I will drive the truck for, you know, a year or two without changing the shocks, maybe, give or take, you know, who knows. So that's what's up in the air right now, and kind of the immediate plans. I am still waiting for some parts from GM. It's taken a couple of weeks. I'm hoping to get a call from them relatively soon. That way I can keep working on the truck. Now also, I've got some stuff and some rides planned for the Harley right over there. I just got that back from Harley Davidson. I know these videos are a little post dated, but I did just get that back, so getting ready to get out on the road with that as well. So this is the current setup, what I'm running. MotoFab 1/2 inch on the top end, 2 inches on the lower end, shock extenders 2 inches in the rear. So I should, in theory, I should still have a little bit of rake, a little bit, not a lot, if at all. So we're gonna have to see when I go to do that install. That pretty much wraps this up. I just wanted to give you guys an update, kind of show you what's going on, and talk to you a little bit about, A, like I said, cleaning up some of the stuff. B, talk to you about the lift, talk to you about the plans, and so much more. Hey guys, I do appreciate you checking us out here at the Wrenched Out Garage. We are a smaller YouTube channel. I've been doing this for quite a while. I appreciate it, really truly do appreciate your comments, appreciate your feedback, and of course, appreciate you guys watching these videos. As always, if you guys have not subscribed, take the opportunity, hit the subscribe button. If you want to get notified, ring the bell. And don't forget, if you're out riding your bike, out driving, do it safely, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.